Hello, everybody, and welcome back from the break. I am Genie7, joined by Skepidillions. I can't even remember what my own name is.
Right, they call me Residillions, Genie.
Oh, sorry. Residillions, crazy. Crazy.
Crazy. Hi, we're back with Oro Jackson, the team that is likely to be the winner of today's paddling pool 228, and no Glaceon Dif, which is a pickup. I recognize Emil and Sungara, but the other players I sadly do not recognize. What are you thinking here, Janie?
I see Yosha, I see Zenith, I see Proma, and I don't know who Sid XX is, but I know their name on the roster is different than what they're displaying in game, so it's not an uncommon thing. I'll be able to see I'll be able to understand who they truly are once their playstyle shines through. But I see 3 household names in comp community currently. I'm scared. They could bring out whatever they want to bring out, and this will be a match that is favored in their side.
Oh my god, is that the pencil on the side of no Glaceon Dif? That's crazy. I do like that comp. I haven't seen a lot of brush players lately, just in the SOS scene. The most recent SOS, we had 3 different teams. I'll make it to the top 3, obviously. All of them running a brush, which kind of blew my mind. So I'm curious to see what they hope to get out of this brush here.
Yeah, brush. Definitely seeing the brush, Tato's brush is not uncommon because they know what they're doing on it, and they've proven to me over different times I've commentated for them that they are disgustingly strong with it.
Clearly, but we can see no Glaceon Dif. They are forced back onto their half of the map, but they are managing the most of the clams. Oro Jackson just playing for picks at this point of the game, Genie.
Yeah, they are. They're just kind of playing it patient, playing out their space, and they know that as soon as they hit that go button, they can just run over no Glaceon Dif whenever they feel like it. Proma does pop that crab tank, is able to find one, forcing the members Glaceon back further. Can the jet come in and find some more spots that it needs to? It will at least find the hole that the basket needs to be open for.
Yeah, and Oro Jackson getting the first of their clams in, but they are going to find themselves out of them. The ballpoint does swim back for more as this hammer comes out. This could be a drawn-out push here.
Oh, there's going to be 3 down. Oro Jackson, this is bad. Yoshel is going to have to be the last one alive, and they're going to jump out.
This is no Glaceon Dif's opportunity to break back into mid here, especially given that the fact that they nearly wiped out Oro Jackson. They do have that pity in order to work with, and we can see that they're already putting pressure on elbow. They have 2 specials to work with, and here they come.
Yeah, fight time. There goes the strikes out with those killer whales. Crab will be ready for no Glaceon Dif. They are going to have some member advantage. Tato's gone, but that's A-okay. They took out the ballpoint. Power clam is now in the basket. No Glaceon Dif. They need some more clams here because that lead for Oro Jackson is mighty fine and mighty large.
Yeah, but Sungara coming in and getting those dunks. They do have that pity in order to work with, and the Slosher has more clams as well. Oro Jackson using this crab here to try and clear the left side of the map, and they do for now. But no Glaceon Dif still having excellent control of mid, and I'm curious to see how quickly they're going to give that up.
Yeah, I am as well. This will be a crazy opportunity, though, for no Glaceon Dif, as long as they can stay alive. The members of them are trading back and forth. I was thinking that they could get some jumps in, be able to take out Yoshel or Proma, who's just chilling down in mid, but they won't. They're going to play patiently, and they're going to play in this defensive hold of mid. And I remember you made some comments about that earlier on in the day.
Yeah, this is less so for Scorch Gorge because of the fact that you have that giant area in mid in order to play around and stall around. But yeah, the concept still similarly applies. The faster you can get a stable hold in their elbow, the sooner you win the game. And we can see that Oro Jackson had more stability when they were pushing than no Glaceon Dif did, which is why their push was more successful.
I for sure thought that splash had gotten the splat onto the wiper, but they didn't. Emil's at least able to trade it out. There is a crab tank now online for no Glaceon Dif, but they need some more clams. They do have a power clam to their name, but you'll want a little bit more just to follow up with it.
And it does look like they're prepping the push here, tossing that clam to each other, but still keeping it active. The specials from Oro Jackson are going to force the members of no Glaceon Dif back. And look at this, how quickly no Glaceon Dif was trying to play offense, how quickly they're having to rotate back and hold their own elbow on the defense. Emil getting that pick, but the damage has already been done and space has been claimed on the side of Oro Jackson.
Yeah, this is gonna be a good spot for Oro Jackson. They're looking to be in an opportunity that they might be able to close out this game if the clams spawn in their favor, but they're opting just to hold mid, use their crab tank, and I believe that was just a tactical pop, so they can run in here with pretty much like no penalties.
Yeah, the amount of clams that they have is just enough, barely to clear their penalty points. 2 members down on the side of No Glaceon means that this push will happen, but look how quickly they have those specials online on the side of No Glaceon. They can use this to clear their elbow and just brute force their way back in, and I want to know if they're going to be able to counter push off that, but the jump comes in! Oh my gosh, Oro Jackson getting the blow, 15 remaining. Glaceon has their work cut out for them.
Yeah, Glaceon, that's going to be difficult. We saw that Zenith was just chilling underneath the basket. Promo was able to get back, get the power climb, and jump in with that super speed from the Tacticooler. Beautiful job from Zenith and Promo. But that's going to be a little bit of trade scenario coming out there.
They lose the brush, which is their initiator on the side of No Glaceon. They're very quickly going to be back in, but realistically, they have 30 seconds. And look how far back they are. They're all the way in their elbow, Genie. There's so much ground to cover, but they get the pick on Zenith. It's go time, gamers. Go, go, go!
Yeah, Tactical is out. That means signals go. The overtime will be ticking down. I believe that's going to be the crab tank being popped. It's going to need to find something. You got to go. You got to go get those power climbs. You're going to be launching them forward just so the teammates can grab them. You got, like, I want to say maybe 5 seconds or less to try and get this thing in, and the clock is going to run out before those clams can make it into the basket. So Oro Jackson will be taking our game 1 of Winners Semis.
Can I go off for a second?
Sure.
I dislike Crab. A lot.
To play against or to play with?
Both! And, like, that for those final 20 seconds to me is like, okay, this is why I don't play Crab. This is why I don't have a Crab on my team anymore. This is why Crab is mid. Like, I understand, I know it's gonna trigger a lot of people, the fact that I just called Crab mid when that was the meta for so long, but realistically, you have to deal with Inkjet, you have to deal with Trip Strikes, you have to deal with Whale, you have to deal with OBS Stampers and Wipers. Like, the Crab now, to me, the Splash as a weapon is something that wants to be painting in front of itself. It wants to be working its way forward. It wants to be applying chip. It wants to be proactive. Crab is, hold on, let me sit back, pop this special that makes me a backline for 8 seconds, and by the way, I can't play objective while I'm doing it. And, like, it's so painful. I think that the pencil on top mid needed help, and because the Crab was in play, that's a commitment, right? When you pop Crab, you commit. Like, you acknowledge the fact that you were going to be wherever you are for 8 seconds.
It's fallen from grace. I do have to say I agree with you in the fact that it's not once what it was able to do, where felt like it could just roll as fast as it wanted to, whenever it wanted to, come out of that ball form, shoot as fast as it possibly wanted to. But it is a lot slower. I do have to say, you just mentioned a whole bunch of things. The reason that they are good, besides Ballpoint and Inkjet, Ballpoint was a weapon that was good before it got Inkjet buffed, but because Inkjet was able to deal with crabs, because Ballpoint wasn't. Ballpoint as itself as a weapon was not able to deal with crabs at all.
Yeah. And now it can.
Then you give it a special that can take care of its biggest weakness. It is currently, in my opinion, it makes me sad as a Spotlight player, is the #1 weapon in the game. The problem is that currently, if you have weapons, Crab can still destroy everything in the game that isn't a list of weapons. It used to be a very small list of just machine. Can you believe it? We are in a spot that only machine countered Crab. To now we have
it has everything for
every tri-strike weapon, every Zuko weapon.
Yeah.
Machines still. Object Shredder, Hydra, and some Wavebreaker weapons, but it's just it doesn't feel as strong. But if you still aren't fully committing a whole bunch of resources to it, like say certain weapons want to run Object Shredder or over like Stealth Jump over Object Shredder, you still have to commit Object Shredder to that. So in game 1, I think Crab is important to play a mind game. That's where I see it. Is it stick with Splash at all points of time? No. But if you can, Crab will win you games on it single-handedly against comps that have no way to deal with it.
I think that there is a point where people stop playing crab, and I think that point is rapidly approaching.
I feel like it should be picked as much as like booyah bomb weapons.
Yeah, it's just in a very interesting spot because realistically, like when you think of crab weapons, what you're talking about pro and splash, and like you don't really see pro despite the fact that it has less points of special because splash has more maneuverability. It has the burst bomb. Don't get me wrong, crab is still an amazing special. It's just more often than not, I'm seeing points in high level games where how much value are you losing just by pressing the R stick? Can you get enough to make those 8 seconds worth it?
Bro, Tato just cooked some of that right there. They just took out the Tri-Slasher, no problems, no questions asked. Promo as well, getting some nice spots. This crab though, this positioning of the crab, dropping down, you could just see it holds the space. Currently, it holds the space. Clamblitz, crab is not as strong. Zones, I will argue.
Zones, yes.
I will argue. It is still extremely strong on zones.
I agree. Because you don't have the move, right? And look at this, no Glaceon Dif 2 members down. They do. Oro Jackson does have that wave breaker. The trip strikes from no Glaceon. If they can manage to keep that slasher alive, it could be a huge opportunity for them.
Yeah, there is that defensive crowd from Oro Jackson. This plus that wave breaker is putting too much pressure down.
Ooh.
3 members of no Glaceon Dif are gone. And honestly, on paper, I look at this map and I feel kind of bad for no Glaceon Dif because this is kind of how I expected it to go.
Yeah, I don't see unless the brush gets in and starts cooking, which they might. The Tri-Slasher painting the zone, but can the Tri-Slasher outpaint a crab? Oh my gosh, they actually might pull this off, Genie. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Holy moly, wait!
Yeah, Oro Jackson. You just got Oro Jacksons. Welcome to paddling. Cool.
Well,
I don't know.
it was a fight. They fought at the end. Yeah,
they did try.
Oro Jackson has won how many paddling pools?
A
lot.
At least. So they haven't played in as many. I can't say for the last 8 months because I haven't been here due to the fact that I've always had class around this time for the past 8 months. But in the first 4 months of Splatoon 2, Splatoon 3, there were more paddling pools that they didn't play in than they lost. If they entered them, if they didn't win, it was because they didn't play. It wasn't because they lost.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. All right. Well, let's see if no Glaceon Dif can take a game. It's gonna be difficult. I'm not gonna lie. When you're against a buzzsaw like Oro Jackson, but I do think that the players on no Glaceon Dif are really smart.
Don't pick zones.
What?
I said don't pick zones because you said that they're really smart. I said don't pick zones.
Yeah, I do think that they're really smart. I know Emil has been around for a long time, is an incredibly wise player, and also Sungura, a member of Frostbite, a team that I greatly respect and that has grown so quickly, and I know they have a really strong work ethic. So I want to see a little pizzazz. I have faith. I have faith, Genie. I have faith. I feel like we got down that last game. Come on, gamer. We got the underdog to root for.
Yep. Let's go. Woo! Humpback coming through. That's the most important thing. I want to see what they like, which mode they want to take them to, because we know that Oro Jackson is going to most likely just take them back to zones at any point in time. All the maps that are on the table for everyone who's watching is anything in the. Let me see. Let me read the exact quote as we have the map already selected. No restrictions on how many times a mode is to be played in a specific set. However, a map can only be played once. From the map pool posted in the tournament page.
Okay, well, we're going to Rainmaker Humpback, which does make me really excited because we know we have Tato, which is that highly mobile player, and I can see them going around that top left side and flanking Oro Jackson on the defense. I think that's what they're going for here. And then Emil, obviously a very incredibly strong bucket player, and we've been seeing Zungura on the pencil for with that tactical cooler. So this looks like a good pick to me, Genie.
Let's see. It's a machine. It's a map that Proma can cook on the machine. Which, if you watch any of the early S3 tournaments, you don't want to let Proma cook on that. And Blaster, that's fine. You've got time. You've got time, and you've got space, and you've got counter picks. I'm okay with this for Proma.
Okay. And then we just see the ballpoint mirror match coming out. Look how similar their gear are. They were both 2 mains run and then drop roller. That's funny to me. I do think no Glaceon Dif coming out on top on the paint side here. They do lose their brush very quickly though, Genie.
The problem is that, yeah, the paint advantage will go in your favor, but how about the splat advantage? That's what I'm worried about, because when you get that blaster and the wiper cooking, what are you going to do? Like, how are you going to stop them from just being all up in your face?
And we do see Oro Jackson is the first to break checkpoint, and they do have specials to continue to snowball this. The stamper comes out, the fish is in the hands, the inkjet is out, and the blaster still up and cooking, and they do have that bubble to work with in order to be able to just plop this in this choke like we see here. That's a very clean push from Oro Jackson to 23 remaining.
That was beautiful. Zenith can just be chilling on that rail. Gonna at least help the team to try and escort this Rainmaker. Yoshel takes it all the way down to 10, which is very, very solid. Oro Jackson, they've got members trying to pop this Rainmaker, but it's gonna be dangerous because if they're there, their spawn is just at the door. As long as Zenith can get this hammer out, they can find some probably good spots, or maybe even pop this Rainmaker shield if they want to use it for that. Gonna yeet it up onto the top and get 2 with it. Those bombs are onto the Rainmaker. Can that shut it down? They need to find a way. No Glaceon Dif, at least Emil is going to stop that with their slosher and hopefully drop this Rainmaker off in the mid.
Drop the fish, exactly. The pressure is on the Glaceon Dif. This is semifinals, and we're in set point right now. So getting that fish away from the KO just buy themselves so much time to just take a deep breath, paint up all of their corners, and try and clear the members of Oro Jackson out of their elbow.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be a jump out at least. Phew. I was thinking that they're gonna lose a member there to a pick. But, not able to. They're gonna be able to reset. And this is no Glaceon Dif. They need to find a way to dig their heels in, because at any moment in time, Oro Jackson could just blow them up, especially with Zenith throwing that hammer.
But I know Glaceon Dif having 3 specials online. We see that cooler and those strikes coming out. They're trying to gain some footing here in their own elbow, but the fish gonna give their best effort at staying alive. We see Emil on that top right, and then one other member on that top left. Excellent positions for the defense, and they've successfully managed to buy themselves time, multiple points this game. But really what I need to see is them getting them picked so that way they can get some purchase in mid, because they have the advantage in their spawn, but we've yet to see that in the mid portion of the map.
I love when suction bombs have half of their base peeking out the side, because it's like, are you gonna explode on me, or are you just not gonna explode on me? Am I safe here? It's always the most troll thing.
Yeah, it's a very, very talented section bomb play. So look, they get to pick up Proma, who's being a little ledge goblin underneath that right side of the map. But once again, Oro Jackson in their elbow.
This is the strength that Oro Jackson has. They are a strong team. I know it's just their name. It's Promo's pickup team name. So whatever people Promo wants to have join, it's really that. Because I know that there were just 2 invites to send out to Yoshel and Azia to join a certain group of people.
A certain group of people? You mean Oro Jackson?
I mean, no, I'm talking about +1. I wasn't gonna mention the plus. You had to ask.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid the plus conversation. Right, I'll wait.
And look, you can see how much value they got out of that bubble and elbow, right? The blaster put up that bubble, and then there was just enough a beautiful highway of yellow paint in order to be able to bring that fish towards the KO, and then that's GG's. That's match point there in favor of Oro Jackson. Once again, if you're just tuning in, Oro Jackson is the expected tournament winner of today, but they still have to deal with Winners Finals and then Grand Finals later on down the road. No Glaceon Dif not out for the count yet. They do still have an opportunity to work through that elimination bracket, but regardless, Oro Jackson showing why they're so capable and why they've won so many of these paddling pool events.
Yeah, whatever Promo's team is, it will always be a team that is favored. Yeah, It was a really good showing. Let's check out some of the bracket, and oh my goodness, Winners finals is already set for us. I'm not 100% sure if we're doing a column swap. Alice is not pinging me yet. Oh, we are.
Oh, and my favorite, my little octopi, they were eliminated. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah, we're gonna have Bio and Pat joining us after this break. So Skep, this is the end of our road. We've got
Bio.
T-minus 1 minute until Fnatic Loud. So I know we are, as much as we're sad to leave the Splatoon side, I know we got an interesting match to watch later.
Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on what goes on in Paddling Pool here today. The 228th edition, and you should stay tuned in.
We're signing off. We gotta shout ourselves out before we do this.
I'm going to.
Okay, I'm sorry. We haven't done this in the month.
You think this is my first time on mic, Genie? Dear
Yeah, it is the first time on mic for 3 months with me.
I'm 9 majors in, and this guy's still treating me like I'm green.
Yeah, that's what they call me sometimes.
Greenie?
Yep.
Alright, Genie. Where can the good people find you?
They can find me tonight on SOS playing the game on my Twitch. That's my Twitch is Genie7, GEENIE7. So come watch me play the game, or here next week with you. One or the other.
Yo, so true. You will find us here next week, same time, same place. My name is Skefadillions. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch, where I will be building a Lego set this weekend. I did some very abnormal content, and also I stream my scrims a lot. It's fun. On Twitter and Twitch, and then also you can find both me and Genie in Riptide.
Real.
In 21 days, which is crazy, dog.
I don't know how close the lobby is, but I know that Gecko just planted the spike, so I'm zooming. Enjoy Bio and Pat. Those two know exactly what they're doing here.
Bye-bye.
Bye.